challenge. So thought I'd show you how I make the cards. So I've got all the pieces cut out ready to go, and I'll explain how I made them and how I'm going to put them together. The first thing I've done is just cut out an oval shape and stamped the image and coloured it in with my Copic markers. I've also got my card base ready, and I've stamped it here with a little sentiment, make your own happiness. It's from a Hero Arts set that I bought some time ago, and I really like it. The mechanism for the shaker I decided to do with some fun foam, and I had this fab foam that I bought some time ago, and I've used that to cut out an oval shape that's going to give the shaker mechanism some lift. Now how I did that was I used 2 Spellbinders classic ovals dies, placed them on the fun foam, and taped them down with some low-tack painter's tape and put them through the Cuttlebug, and I did that twice. Let's put that aside. Now I've glued the 2 together, and because I didn't want them to stick out from behind the top layer, I've trimmed off a little bit of the foam from around the outside. To glue them together I used Helmar's 450 quick dry adhesive. It's a pretty strong bonding adhesive and it dries quite quickly. I also cut out a piece of acetate the same size as the largest die I used for the fun foam. It's just a wee bit bigger than the fun foam, but that's okay because I've trimmed that one down. And then I made a top layer using a scalloped oval, and then I've embossed that as well, just to give it a bit of definition around the edge. Now you'll notice I've got a ring, an oval shape around here, which I did just using the smaller of the 2 that I used for the oval and one slightly bigger. And so if I put them together like that, you can see that the cut edges give you about 1/8 of an inch difference, and so I cut that out and I have attached it to the oval there. Right, so let's put it together. I have to decide where I'm going to put my image, so I could have stamped it straight onto the card, but I had the card from making this oval, so I just stamped on that and coloured it in. So I think it looks pretty good there, so I'll just get it straight. And I'll just use some ordinary glue to attach that. This is good glue because it gives you lots of wiggle room, just to make sure you get it straight. Before I just stick it down, I'll just double check that. Yes, that looks good, just like that. So I've attached the picture to my card where I want it, and I have also attached my acetate to my top layer, and that's going to be the lid of my shaker card. So the next step is to attach the foam to the card, and I'll put some glue on the foam. It's quite hot today, so the glue's firming up quite quickly. I need to make sure I've got it good coverage all the way around. Right. Got a wee bit here sticking out. Let's take that off. Good press down. A wee bit in there. You don't want a lot of glue on the inside because whatever you put on the inside will stick to it. Right. Now the next step is to put my shaker material in, and I've got here some Stamp Effects micro glass beads. They're translucent ones, so I'm going to put them in there. That'll be enough. And then I'm going to put more glue around the top part of my foam. And I'm going to then attach my top layer with the acetate on it to my foam layer. And you can see I've got my shaker card.